Hey everyone, my name is Troy from Tech Games, etc. Now, I had to talk about this thing that's going around about EA being voted the worst company. Now, I was unable to get this up sooner because I was working on those BF3 live commentaries. So EA was voted the worst company in America, or they're responding to claims that they're going to be voted again by being voted the worst company in America. So Forbes did this article, link will be in the description, where they talked to the COO Peter Moore and how he responded to these, things of being the worst company in America. So it got me thinking, right? I don't believe that EA is the worst company in America. And as I read this article, Peter Moore actually made sense. Like, to be called the worst company in America, your company would have to do something far beyond just making products customers hate, basically. You would have to be part of say a Ponzi scheme, have an oil spill like BP, led to the financial, quote unquote, the financial meltdown of the so-called financial meltdown of America, be one of the companies that led to that, have insider traded, Ponzi schemes, whatever. So it got me to thinking, right? I totally believe in this article, 100%. Because it's like, don't get me wrong, EA is not the best publisher in the world. But can we actually blame EA? Can we blame the developers? But didn't EA buy out certain developers, so they are part of the blame too? I believe that EA is not the worst company in America. Yes, they made some bad decisions with SimCity, with DLC, day one content, always online games like SimCity. But to say they're the worst, it's hard. Like, I was thinking to myself, right? How many of y'all can actually boycott an EA title? Everything that EA made. EA is one of the largest publishers in the gaming industry. Think of some of the titles that they make. Do you think you can honestly boycott some of them? I mean, if we keep buying it, they're going to keep making it. And EA must be doing something right, because they're the only company, one of the only companies, or one of some only companies that are surviving. They're not closing their doors like some developers, shutting down, laying people off. They ain't going the way of THQ, which, filed for bankruptcy, had to sell off all their assets. EA must be doing something right to survive. So in my opinion, I think EA just lost touch with the consumer. Just lost touch with the consumer. I want EA to get to a point where anything they say, anything they sell, I'll buy it. The whole debacle that I had with BF3 when I did the Battlefield 4 survival guide. If EA did certain things right, I wouldn't mind paying DLC. I wouldn't mind paying, an extra $30, extra $20, $30 to buy a season pass for DLC if they got it right. And I think EA, worries too much about their investors, too much about the bottom line. They're in a position where they can take risks. They're in a position where, okay, while this game is out, we can start focusing on the next game because the sequel is coming, but let's make sure these parameters are in place so that the consumer can be happy and it can continue making more money. Because they're worried about microtransactions, they're worried about DLC, they got flack for Origin, they got flack for always being online. And so EA just needs to listen to their consumers, point blank. Now, there was also another article, I'll leave the link in the description. They talked to co-founder, BioWare co-founder Craig Zakchek. I hope I'm saying this right. Now, it was funny in this article where he defends EA, saying he had to put it mildly, EA gives you enough rope to hang yourself. But at the bottom of the article, he talks about how being with EA, you do have to worry about the bottom line. You do have to worry about the bottom line. And so I was like saying to myself, okay, you got to worry about the bottom line. This is BioWare, who created, if I'm not mistaken, the Mass Effect franchises, who also came out and said, oh, okay, whatever decisions that you make in whatever decisions you make in Mass Effect 3 will affect the ending. And this is where I started scratching my head when BioWare co-founder Craig Sitchek said, you know, EA gives you enough rope to hang yourself. So he's pretty much saying that EA will give you enough room so you can be creative as much as possible. But that doesn't make any sense. If you're saying that Mass Effect 3 had all these cool endings, why wasn't it put in the game? So I'm left wondering, like, what is going on behind EA closed doors to where y'all will say these things, but when the final product comes out, y'all mess up on the most simple stuff. Most simple stuff. You're not living up to your promises. Man, EA can be a great company, and they are a great company. They are a great company. If you look at it from a company aspect, they are great. But sadly, people are just being tired of being nickel and dime and things like that. Like, honestly, can I boycott the next Battlefield 4? Absolutely not. I like playing Battlefield 4. Even in my survival video, I said to myself, you know, if y'all just focus on better custom servers, stop worrying about patching everything that destroys the firepower of your guns, and have DLC do better with your DLC, having better EA official servers available, I'll support y'all 100%. But there go my take on this article. There go my take of EA. EA is not considered the worst company. I know they made bad decisions, but let me know in the comments section. Am I right on this? Am I wrong on this? How do you consider a company being bad? Is it the products they produce, or is it something more unfortunate like scamming people, phishing attacks, you know, scamming, insider trading, oil spills, financial crisis meltdown? Just let me know in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching. See you later. Thanks a lot.